Okay, that's how it's supposed to work. The Jets get in the win column with the TB King.
There they are, the way the Jets fans had hoped when they got him.
They head off to Arizona this week. Believe in them yet? Cards, the kings of the NFC West, over 500 on a 3-game win streak.
And he is dumped at midfield.
The Red Sea's getting a lot redder these days. Fans are starting to come out of the Woody Woodpecker woodwork. Cardinals offense hits a mini groove, putting up 29 points last week on Chicago's top shelf defense, making it back-to-back games with 28+.
McBride looking for the angle. Touchdown!
Arizona's ground game has been a major factor, with James Conner leading the way with 100+ yards, almost 6 yards per carry in Week 9. Conner's fourth 100+ yard game this season.
Conner, pitch it to him. He runs angry.
Amari DeMarcado racked up 59 yards, a touchdown, just 4 carries.
And once he got to the sideline, 88 and out the gate.
Trey Benson added 37 yards and another score on 8 attempts.
Good vision by Benson to find the hole.
Kyler Murray is a threat, but he didn't run much versus the Bears. Kinda quiet through the air too, only 154 yards, but 13 of 20 passing, 7.7 yards per attempt at least.
Decision making by Kyler Murray.
They just spread it around nicely.
Arizona's pass catchers, in turn, not many yards last week. Trey McBride, Elijah Higgins, and Marvin Harrison Jr., each limited to under 40 yards, Harrison the most targeted.
Driving the ball to Harrison. Strong throw.
Those dudes face a Jets defense that just gave up 126 yards to wide receiver Tank Dell. That was kind of it last week, though, for them. They dominated C.J. Stroud, holding him to a sub-60 rate, under 200 yards, under 7 yards per attempt. Jets secondary ranks 7th in passer rating allowed, 2nd in completion percentage this season.
Almost steps in front of that ball for a huge interception.
Murray has a pass rush on his hands too, 2nd most sacks in the NFL after bagging Stroud 8 times. Jamie Sherwood and Michael Clemens each grabbing 2.
Taken all the way back to the 27 by Michael Clemens.
Murray sacked 3 times in Week 9 after going sack-free in their previous 3 games.
He went down hard, but he took care of the football.
Speaking of fire pass rushes, how about the one Aaron Rodgers will try and elude? Arizona's pass rush came alive with 6 sacks last week, 12 QB hits, led by Zaven Collins and Xavier Thomas, who combined for 3.5.
Williams in the pocket. They're going after him, and they get to him.
Rodgers, he doesn't listen to Bowie and Queen. What pressure? He has faced the least pressure in the NFL in 2024.
Look at this offensive line. Waits.
Jets snapped a 5-game losing streak last week, 21 points versus Houston, slightly more than their season average.
Aaron Rodgers gets it away just in time.
Cardinals defense put together one of their best performances last week, holding the Bears to just 9 points, 3 of 14 on 3rd down.
A little hook, a little grab, hangs on to him.
Arizona's pass defense, middle of the pack chaps in most metrics, held Caleb Williams to 5.3 yards per attempt, no touchdowns, a sub-70 rate.
Chasing around Caleb Williams, it's like going out on the playground.
Can they show out similarly against Aaron Rodgers? 200+ yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, a rating near 120 against Houston.
And Rodgers will throw and opens.
Cardinals have not played wideouts great in 2024, but they held Keenan Allen and DJ Moore in check in their win. Gave up over 100 yards to Roma Dunze, though. Get Garrett Wilson and Devontae Adams next. Adams finally had a game worthy of his trade buzz, caught 7 passes, 91 yards, and a TD.
Going deep. Here's his man. Touchdown.
Wilson added 90 yards and 2 touchdowns on 9 catches, has topped 90 yards in 4 of his last 5 games now.
This is as good a catch as you'll ever see.
New York's ground game, Breece Hall, 74 yards, 4.9 per run, making back-to-back games with 70+ rush yards for him.
When he squares those shoulders up, he is a very talented back.
Cardinals' rush defense held DeAndre Swift to just 3.2 yards per run, but they've allowed 4.5 yards per carry to running backs for the season.
You guys are starting to come at us. Let's try and calm this down a little bit.
6-4 in favor of New York all time. There was that crazy 2008 game, Kurt Warner, Brett Favre. Neither team scores in the first quarter. Then New York goes for 34 second quarter points. Arizona counters with 21 in the third. They ping-pong touchdowns in the fourth. Warner with 470+ yards. Favre 6 TD passes to lead New York to the 56-35 win.